Okay, hey honey buns. I think I did an intro. Did I do an intro? I don't know. But hey honey buns, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here ever, welcome for the first time. I'm Meela Vanderbuilt and I like to do GTA things, Second Life things, overall like simulation gameplay. I'm also wanting to get a little bit more into creating content about streaming and more tutorials on how to roleplay or things to do in roleplay. So anyway, whatever, stay tuned. But today we are back with our Becoming Mayhem series, which I honestly started like 3 years ago. It's been hard for me to be consistent with the videos like on YouTube, but if you want to keep up with the whole storyline or have questions about her history or anything that's happened, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on Twitch. Actually, only Wednesday and Friday are usually gameplay days, but check it out. Keep up with us. You can follow me on Instagram if you want to know exactly when I'm going live. I always post my stories. But anyway, girl, let's catch up on Mayhem's life. So I figured before I hop right into this episode, which I'm just going to consider this season 3 episode 1 because it is a whole new vibe. I have taken the past several months off from GTA and I'm only just now getting back into it. But I feel like we need a recap because there's even some people that watched all of season 2 and all that drama. Get out of here. Get out of here. And just didn't know about basically what I consider season 1 that happened over like the span of a year. But, you know, Mayhem moved to Los Santos. Her origin story, I actually took over from my Second Life roleplay backstory where, you know, she came from a little bit of a Nepo family. Like she was a little bit of a Nepo baby. She was working for her father, but she didn't quite feel respected by him. And by not feeling respected, she actually very much hated that man, so much so that she decided she was going to set her whole family's house on fire and leave in the middle of the night to never be seen again. And you know, that was back when she was Lana Reynolds. So she went through this whole like identity change. She changed, she became Meela Vanderbuilt, but you know, she just goes by Mayhem, and she was a little touched in the head. She probably should have just been on medication early on, but she got away, never heard from them again. Made her way to Los Santos, where she originally came into just a bunch of like man drama. She came to the city just wanting to mind her business. Some people were mistaking her with another girl she never heard of before, and that caused a bunch of drama between her and a bunch of girls in the city who had it out for her neck. And she, you know, she was just like, child, I don't know what's going on, who y'all are, why you up in my business, but if I set my whole family on fire, don't think I'll hesitate to do something crazy to y'all. But anyway, they didn't like that very much, but for whatever reason all their boyfriends did. So here started the drama of the first dude who was trying to get at her. And y'all, it's gonna take me a second to recollect some of these memories. Also, this is inside the house that I've just started decorating. But it all started off, and I'm naming names, I'm so sorry, I don't care, y'all should roleplay. But it started off with this dude named Big, who was kind of very much all in her face as soon as she plopped down in that city. And he was just spending the whole time talking about his recent breakup. She wasn't even coming on to him or anything, like just having normal conversations. But you know, sometimes when dudes aren't used to normal conversations with women, they assume that you're in love with them because you're nice to them. And you know, she was being fairly nice. She was new to the city, even though she was like at war with half of the women in the city. She you know, she got a resting bitch face, but she wasn't being crazy yet. But anyway, he was all in her face. They were going to double date with her friend and somebody else. And he was just talking about his crazy ex-girlfriend who was a gold digger, cheated on him. He absolutely hated her. Could not stop talking about this girl. And then, of course, we come to find out a few days later, she was just on vacation and she comes back gunning for Mayhem because he has told her that Mayhem was all over him and trash talking this random girl she never heard of or never knew, which for whatever reason, I don't know why women would find that more believable than your boyfriend being a lying asshole. But you know, Mayhem, she be on Instagram live and telling all her business and stories. So like she had videos of him shit talking the hell out of this girl, and this girl just didn't want to see it. She wanted to be blind to it. She wanted her man. And Mayhem was like, girl, I have him because I ain't interested anyway. And then we run into this man named Ace. Girl, he was, I think, a leader of a gang at the time. And you know, Mayhem was like thinking about living on the wild side. She was ready for something different in life. She had gone by the books, done everything her parents wanted her to do, and they were still trifling as hell to her. So she was like, you know what, I'm gonna go crazy. So she meets this guy. I think they were doing okay, but for whatever reason, after spending a day with him, he brings her back to Grove Street neighborhood, which was a little rougher than she's used to, and apparently his cousin was around. Excuse me, he had a cousin named Ghost, which I'm just realizing her current boyfriend goes by Ghost, and I didn't notice that until just now. But anyway, he had a cousin named Ghost, and for no reason, out of like immediately, Ghost caught her eye, and she was like, "Oh hell!" Now he kind of fine, and I don't know if he was actually kind of fine, but it was very clear that the Ace boy reported to Ghost. Like Ace might have been the gang leader, but Ghost had more pull, and at this point, maybe she was a little power hungry. She was into it. So they had a little flirt back and forth in front of Ace, which led to her stealing his car, taking it to a gas station, threatening to blow it up. And they just thought it was funny. So she was like, you know what? He matches my chaos. I'm into it. Later on that day, Ghost and Ace got into a big old fight at a record studio. And I guess they were gunning for each other and ready to kill each other. Rumor has it was over Mayhem, but you know, she was like, I just be minding my business. I ain't got a boyfriend. I wasn't either of their girlfriend. I can do what I want. Anywho, she continued her life in the city and then realized the gang that he was associated was just kind of messy. They were kind of all over the place. Their money wasn't tight. So she was like, let me help you with some bookkeeping. Like I come from a family, you know, we come from money. I know how to manage it. Let me help you out. So she got involved with that and somehow became that gang's leader for a little bit. But she wasn't interested in the bullshit. The guys like to just argue on the street with each other. They like the pointless stuff. And she really just wanted the money. So she was like, I don't know if this is for me. But, you know, she lived out all of her chaotic dreams. She definitely, what, you gonna run over my toes? She definitely got into the life. But it was a little more chaotic. Like if she said, if there was another gang with issues with them, she was trying to blow them up. She was trying to do a whole lot of. She enjoyed the shootout. She enjoyed trying to get away when they're being attacked. Like she was just having so much fun living on the edge and like facing death every single day. And you know, she had a little group of friends that she was starting to get cozy with. They had their own drama and crap happening alongside, but she was cozying up with this Ghost character a little bit. Until you remember the girl who was my man about her weird lying-ass boyfriend in the beginning? She was either best friends or crushing. I think it was a little bit of both. She was both crushing on Ghost and best friends with him. So when Little Miss Mayhem came in and decided to commandeer that man's time, oh honey, she had a problem with that. Let me tell you, that was chaotic. And at first he was just trying to keep the peace between the two of them. So he would try to facilitate these meetups or conversations between the two of them until it got to the point where Mayhem was like, fuck this. I don't like this girl. I don't know this girl. She's been gunning for me since I've been in here. And so have her friends. I do not care about her. And if you trying so hard to hold on to that relationship, just let me go, child. Cause like, I ain't about to sit here and do all this. So I think eventually, you know, they stopped being friends. I think it got pretty hostile between them. Who knows? I don't fucking know. Anyway, they end up breaking up at some point. I forget why. It just wasn't a good fit, but they break up. She is just having, you know, a hot girl summer with her friends, and at some point she decided to do business with this fool, and that just didn't work out either. So anyway, she moves on. I don't remember exactly what. Son of a bitch! What the fuck? Who's in this? No, he's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me! Ah! He's gonna run me over! Get the fuck away! Oh my god! I can't die! I need a hospital! Oh, fucking hell. No. Vengeance! Vengeance! Kill this man! Oh, shit. Who we shooting? He run out? Where is he at? Girl, I was just trying to recap my life's history. It was him, wasn't it? I feel like he was in gray. Now I gotta get the fuck out of here because PD gonna come over. Ah, shit. Anyway, I don't remember what happened next. I think I ended up dating a cop for a while. That wasn't really a vibe. I feel like she just got bored. Mayhem kind of went through this era of just being a lover girl. Not even a lover girl. I don't even know what. She was just new boyfriend, entertain me or get the hell out. So, you know, the cop was awkward. He wasn't really it. She ended up moving to another city for a little bit and ended up getting involved with another cop, but this cop was fun. He was a little spicy. He pulled her over and they were just flirty from jump, but like, I don't know, he was too committed to the job. Like, he barely had time for her. He had to, like, ask permission to do things because Petey was on his neck. Child, I'm running to the wrong house. I did live in this house in one city, but we ran into the wrong house. I gotta get to my house. No, I gotta get to my car. I gotta go to the hospital. It doesn't look like that's going down, so hopefully we're okay. But anyway, I mean, there were other people, weren't there? Oh shit, there was. I'm missing a city. There was a city where, you know, her and her good sis Monasia moved to, and they lived there. But who did we meet in that city? I think we immediately started talking to this dude named Gifted. Now, if you have ever followed anyone's Los Santos stories, you have very likely seen Gifted. He be in every single girl's face. But you know what? He was the first dude she met in that city. They talked for a single day. They had the most fun in a single day. And then, you know, he was sent to Bora Bora and she never saw him again. So they had that one day. And then in that city, I don't know, there were probably a series of other people, but no one quite memorable. Then we moved on to that city where she met the cop. And also in that city, there was a guy, I don't remember what his name was, but he had a friend named Rose. And Rose left in a lifelong impression on both her and Monasia, because that is the only guy they can remember. I don't remember the guy she was actually talking to, but he was a cool dude. He spoke Spanish. Him and Rose spoke Spanish. They were fun to be around. He was goofy and chaotic, and she liked the energy. But you know, things didn't last that long in that city, and she traveled a little bit. She made it back to where she met Gifted, and she meets a guy named Kurt, child. And if anybody was there during the Kurt era, oh, Kurt. He actually may have been, I'm skipping over a whole relationship. She had a boyfriend named Chin in one city too, and he actually, I was gonna say Kurt might have been the favorite, but in terms of the best boyfriend, her boyfriend Chin was 1,000% the best boyfriend. He like would wine and dine her. He was heavy in gang life, but like he was just cool about it. Like, it wasn't his whole life. He wasn't losing his shit every second. He would go take care of business and like be done with it. He would get her cars and all these things and gifts. Like, he was a good boyfriend. But she wanted to leave the city. She was ready to move on. So that's when she actually went to the city where she met Gifted. And then the city with the cop. And then we're now back to Kurt. So Kurt was a little chaotic because Kurt, he definitely matched her energy. In terms of Bonnie and Clyde, Kurt and Mayhem could have been great, but Kurt was a little crazy and a little possessive. And every time he would piss her off, because he wouldn't go away sometimes, you know, Mayhem, she just needs her space. Like, let the girl breathe a little bit. He was getting a little strange and she couldn't put her finger on it. So she was like, I don't want to see you anymore. They got into a big fight about it. She blocked him. When he finally was able to get through to her phone, he cussed her clean out, and she was like, don't ever talk to me again. This man started going crazy. He was keeping an eye on her, tabs on her. He saw that she was talking to a new dude named E. E will forever be the one that got away from Mayhem. But she was talking to a new dude named E. They were like at a party dancing together. Kurt or his friend decided to bomb their party with little Molotov cocktails and kill everybody. So her and all her girls got burnt up, ended up in the hospital, and it was just a series of this chaos for the next couple of weeks. He would just keep trying to murder everyone around her if he saw her with another guy. And in the end, she decides, let's finally meet up and talk about this because things are spiraling out of control. And there was a little bit of her that was just like, I kind of love this energy. Like, he's killing for me. Like, he wants everyone dead over me. I'm into it. But girl, that's not what he had on his mind when they hopped in the car to take a drive and talk about all their issues. That man had it out too. Since he couldn't have her, he was done trying to kill everyone that could have her, so he decided she had to go. He drove her clean into a gas pump, blew her and him up. Luckily, she survived, just ended up in the hospital with some serious issues, had to have plastic surgery and all types of stuff. But she made it out alive. She decided to move out of the city because she didn't know how many of his foolish friends might still be around. And she didn't know if he was dead or alive. So she got the hell out of there. And then she moves to another city. Now, girl, this next city, she met some southern man. We don't even speak his name anymore because, ugh. But we go into a city. it was a little chaotic, and but there were lots of like cute date night things to do. And he seemed shy at first, but when he really opened up and showed his personality, he was just a cool guy. He seemed romantic, but he had this like tough exterior, and she was into it until he just started to get a little too clingy. They decided to move to his city because, you know, they were just kind of on vacation when they met, but decided to move to his city, and he was a whole new person. One, he only cared about his gang life. He would lose his shit over his gang life, get arrested all the time, so she would barely see him, wasn't going out to date nights, didn't give a damn what she looked like, couldn't get compliments from this man. And she was like, why the hell am I with this fool? I don't care about him. Like, if he can't put effort and energy into me, I don't want to be here. So, you know, she was trying to get the hell away from him. After him being clingy as hell, then suddenly he was ice cold. But, you know, he gave us the whole spiel. I'm just a dude. I'm from the streets. This is how we are. I'm not used to this. I'm not a lover boy, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, he had been a lover boy for months already, but he was just brand new. And all she could assume was it's because he wanted some serious validation from the men he surrounded himself with. You know, some of those guys that are more interested in what men think of them than what their own girlfriend thinks of them. So she was just feeling like a weird little, I don't know, trophy, and she was like, I ain't here for this. But instead of that being a nice clean breakup, child, he did all the things that men who want the approval and attention of men do. Started a bunch of drama involving his friends, and child, it was just a mess, and it was stupid, and she left that fool in the past. And then decides to move to Chicago. Out of all the cities in the world, Chicago ain't it for her. She loved her some Los Santos. But anyway, she moved to Chicago. She was outside a clothing store once, and this man pulls up in a car, and I don't know, they're making jokes. He's kind of funny and lighthearted. And after being with so many of these dudes that try so hard to be hard and gangster and chaotic, she was like, maybe I'll go with the little goofy dude. Like, why not? So, you know, things got really serious with them really fast. And honestly, at first, she was just here for the plot. Because she was like, he's not terrible to be around. He's goofy and he's silly. And he's very big on commitment and very big on treating her exactly how she likes to be treated as a girlfriend. But girl, it was very much he wanted to be the main character of her story. And at the end of the day, Mayhem is the main character of her own story. So, you know, they got engaged. They were going to be married. They actually made a pretty decent pair, but it's like, baby, I ain't about to fight for my own position as the main character in my own life. I am so sorry, not one of those girls. Shit did not work out, and he got a little weird in the end. But anyway, after that, after breaking off her engagement, she just, let me put this in the garage. She decided to just go on vacation, go back to St. Lucia, enjoy her effing time. St. Lucia's second life, by the way. We left GTA for a significant amount of time, maybe a few months. And, you know, I remembered coming, she had been in the city for just a second. We had a little apartment in the hood with her girl Monasia. She had met a guy named Charles who was helping them figure out how to get into some criminal activity. But it very much felt like Pleasantville here, and at first that was just too much of a shock. It was too much of a stark contrast to the life that she had been living, so she just didn't want to be around it. So she went on vacation for a while, and now we are where we are. So we are back, we are here, and this is us starting our season 3 in Seven Valley that originally felt like Pleasantville, but we'll check it out. So let's get into the episode. That's where we're starting off, and I hope you guys enjoy.